Hello there once again. Thank you so much for staying on the AM show. So news just coming through is that the IMF has reached a staff level agreement with Ghana's government. We'll be bringing you more details on that when Benjamin joins me, and also we'll be also hearing from the Finance Ministry and the IMF later today. But just to let you know, the IMF has reached a staff level agreement with our government. Well, before then, I'm here to tell you about a very innovative application, ARTSPLIT app. First off, ARTSPLIT is an art technology company driven by one common goal, which is to enhance investment status of African art by allowing users to co-own rare and valuable artworks on a platform that guarantees price discovery and market liquidity. The company's mission is to position African art and artists as the preferred alternative investment choice by democratizing access to iconic African art alongside developing the African art ecosystem through technology and co-ownership. This morning, I've been joined by Muyiwa Oloro-Poruku, Head Partnerships and Event ARTSPLIT. I like the way you laughed when I mentioned your name. Did I get it right?
You did very well.
I've got a tongue around Nigerian names. Well, right. First off, tell us, why is ARTSPLIT important?
Well, thank you so much. Like I briefly mentioned in the introduction, we believe so much that this is a time for us to actually enhance the profile of African art and African artists. And there's a better way to do it and a better time than now, and then through technology. Prior to now, what you have is conventional way of buying art pieces and selling them, and appreciating art. What we have done is to bring that space into technology and revolutionize the way people actually see art and engage and interact with art. Also ensuring that providing alternative investment option for Africans generally, not just African in Africa, but African in diaspora.
Interesting. So there's an element in there called the split auction. Mm-hmm. Tell us more about it.
Okay, thank you so much. Our business model actually works around three different parameters. One of them is the split auction. And what split auction means is allowing for fractional ownership. So we break every work down into splits. So for instance, an L and Arteries work that sells for $100,000, we break it down into 100,000 units. So that means that with a dollar, you can actually buy a unit of that artwork. So the split auction just allows you to bid for the favorite work that you want and buy the units, which we call splits, that you can afford. And what we've done is also lower barrier into that that space. So for as low as 10 cents, 20 cents, $1, you can actually own a piece of an iconic artist's work.
So this is almost like having shares in one piece of art.
Fantastic.
Interesting.
Exactly.
So how do you, so there's two things. So there's the benefit to the artist and the benefit to the investor who comes on board. But how do artists get on board?
Okay, so it's a simple process. Download the app, register, indicate as an artist, because we also have an artist dashboard that allows you to tell us that you're an artist. We verify, and once you are verified, then you come on board. So there are two different models in this actually. So there is the investment grade work and there is the open market opportunity. The investment grade work are the ones that go through the split auction, where you bid to own splits of this artwork. And then once we're done with that, it goes into your portfolio, more like every other investment asset. It goes into your portfolio. You can then go to the secondary market and sell. Then the other one is for open market, where you do outright collection of art pieces. That way you can actually buy an artwork outrightly, and then you take it, put it on your wall, and there it goes. But the investment, which is the split auction, allows you just by fraction that you can also hold the physical custody of it.
All right.
Also, yes,
okay.
We allow for what we call lease model. The way we work is like after the split auction ends, the lease auction take effect and also ends. What happens is everyone who has invested in the split auction also has a chance to say, I want to have a physical custody of this work. Then you go into the lease auction where you begin to bid to own it. So the highest bidder then takes it. An interesting thing is that for every single person who has bought splits during the split auction, then get dividends of their investment in the immediate, because proceeds from the lease auction is shared amongst everyone that owns that work.
Fantastic, that's interesting. So the app is ARTSPLIT app, and it's on Android?
It's on Android and iOS.
iOS devices. Yes. So just search ARTSPLIT. This is interesting. I did visual arts in school, so I have.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, I did.
You should be on ARTSPLIT.
So I just have a thing for art. But you've expanded in Nigeria. You're now in South Africa. What are your plans? Spreading to other parts of the continent.
Thank you. We're actually starting an expansion with Ghana,
Nice.
so which explains why we are here.
Great.
For the past 2 weeks, we've been doing our online auction for 3 iconic Ghanaian works, by Abu-Baidoo Lansah, Kofi Agoso, and Ishaq Ismail. The works actually went live on the app on the 2nd, but this week we are doing what we call public viewing. And it started on Sunday with our opening party, which happened at the Mix Design Hub and Restaurant. We had quite a number of people came around, almost about 150 people came around for the opening party. The opportunity we are creating is for people to see the works that we actually listed on the app and then appreciate it better, have an environment of fun and some excitement, then actually see that there is actually physical work, not just the virtual, not the digital one that we're sharing on the app. Series of activities actually built up, right? Currently, the public viewing is happening at the Mix Design Hub. And also on Thursday, we plan to have what we call a silent party. That way, with your headset, you actually enjoy good music. Also, if you want to listen to audiobooks about Africa and African art, you get to listen to them starting from 6 p.m. to like 8 p.m. And on Friday, yes, we're having a session with Abu-Baidoo Lansah and Kofi Agoso, where people can actually come in, also listen to them speak about African art, about culture, how it evolved over time, and how technology is now changing the narrative of African art, enhancing investment part of it. So our expansion plan is, in Ghana right now. We also plan to move into East Africa and also part of Europe, where we currently have some operations going on already, and then in the US as well. So we continue to expand. And the essence of this is to ensure that we enhance the investment value of African art and make sure that African art has a right of place in the global level.
Interesting. So look, like I said, I did visual arts. I love art. Art is life. Look, when I have conversations about art, I tell people you have no idea the importance, the benefits of art. Talk about art therapy. There's some of the solution to your stress is just to walk in a gallery, look at beautiful art pieces, and relax and enjoy yourself. So, and this is exciting because we're now bringing the world to artists and artists to the world via technology.
Exactly.
So you can run them concurrently. If you're an artist who's watching us and you have a showroom or a place where you exhibit your works, you can still do that and still, get on board ARTSPLIT and then showcase your art to the rest of the world. And for those of you who are not very good artists who want to take advantage of the investment opportunities. We're talking about, you're coming from Nigeria, but here, we've been having conversations about our economy. We're just hearing that the IMF has reached a staff level agreement with us. So people are looking for investment opportunities. So this is a beautiful opportunity for you to get on board with ARTSPLIT. So you've explained to us how the platform works, but what makes African art stand out? Let's talk about African art a bit, okay? And all the beautiful designs and products that come out of this continent.
Thank you so much. I've always said this, and I'll continue to say it, that Africa has the best when it comes to visual arts. We have a way of communicating our stories, our experiences, our realities, our emotions, and when you look at the way the artist strokes, the way the use of acrylic, the medium, multimedia, something, so you begin to appreciate Africa better. Now, there are times where people, the way they see Africa, just mainly black. In reality, you see dynamic artists, iconic one, very prolific, coming up with certain, interesting pieces, lines, convey their emotions, to convey the reality of their people. Just about a couple of weeks ago, we ended an auction that was talking about a man between life and death, showing a man, a critical moment in the man's life when he's passing, and you could see the emotions of the family members who are sitting, trying to, the way the artists actually captured the mood, captured the reality of those people at that point in time, the fear, the grief. And then the relief in the face of the man is who's also going like, I'm going to rest eventually. There are no better ways to communicate this. And African artists have been able to do this very well. And we're saying that let the world actually experience the way the Africans tell their story, because the way our stories are being told. But there are better ways to tell our stories, and it is better told from the hand, from the pen, from the strokes, from the brushes of an African artist. So, and I think we've seen the dynamism, we've seen the reality of Africa through African artists, and that is what separates us from every other arts venture across the world.
Let me just throw this in. So there are different forms of art. We're seeing paintings, we're seeing sculptures. Yes, because I did ceramics, so I love molding and making objects. So do you have room for that as well? Can people take photos of a certain image, a totem, something they've designed? Does it work that way, or it's just for paintings and murals and all those other forms of art?
So thank you so much. There is a social connectivity solution on ARTSPLIT. It's called ARTSPLIT Timeline. It's actually more like a convergence point for African artists, collectors, art enthusiasts, art lovers, where they actually share their thoughts, share their feelings, share images, and share experiences. So that platform actually allows you to take pictures of the works that you have done as an artist, put on the app. People will like it, will make comments about it. They will even reach out to say that we want to buy this art, the artwork from you. So that actually is available. And also, if you're just a regular person who just want to just show your experience or show your feelings at some point in time, just call it the IG of arts. Actually,
yeah, I like that.
That's actually what it is. If you actually interact with it, it's actually very interesting. And so that can happen. Beyond you putting your work in the open market, where we actually do a tried sale of the work, you can actually have your work, just post a picture, and people can like it, and then say they actually want to buy it from you, and you move on from there. So that actually happens also on that.
I wish we could go on and on, but we've run out of time. So, how can people reach you? I mean, we know, and I've just opened my app store. That's ARTSPLIT. I'm going to download it now. But how do we get in contact with you? Social media? How do we read about ARTSPLIT if someone is just joining us and wants to know more? So
if you actually want to follow us on IG, it's ARTSPLIT Official. If you want to follow on Twitter, it's ARTSPLIT Global. You can also visit our website, www.artsplit.com, where you can actually read more about us and see the artists that we have on our platform and the offerings that we actually give, in addition to the way the app works itself, which is very, very interactive.
I like that. So there you have it, ARTSPLIT. Just about to download mine, but thank you so much, Muyiwa Olowokporoku. He's head partnerships and events with ARTSPLIT, and they are just here to help your life get easier as an artist. And also, if you're someone who's looking for investment opportunities, trust me, art pays a lot. Now, water is life. It regulates your body temperature and keeps you alive and kicking. Awake is premium purified water treated through a strict purification process to ensure that every bottle on the market refreshes you better. We have the perfect sizes for all occasions: 330 ml and 500 ml bottles to fit your pockets and bags, 750 ml for the heavy drinkers, and 1.5 liters for those who always want more. We've introduced our special 19-liter jar for offices and homes. Now, you just need to stay awake with Awake purified drinking water wherever you go. Come on, grab a bottle of Awake water and get quality hydration. Awake purified drinking water, one for life. Remember, for every bottle you purchase, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. It's produced by Kasaprekun. For bulk purchase, please call 026-235-1251. This advert is FDA approved. And before I go shortly for this breather, the Ghana Revenue Authority wishes to inform you that persons wishing to apply for tax clearance certificates should do so online or download the Ghana Taxpayers app on Google Play Store or App Store. Applicants who visit the GRA's taxpayer service centers will be assisted by officers to apply. Applicants are also required to indicate the taxpayer identification number, that's the TIN, of the institution or organization requesting the certificate so that they can receive a copy. Applicants should take note and be guided accordingly. Kindly contact GRA's toll-free 0800 900 110 or via these WhatsApp numbers 055-299-0000 or 020-063-1664, or send an email for further enquiries. We'll take a quick breather. When we come back, Benjamin joins me. We'll bring you more details on that statement released by the IMF on it reaching a staff-level agreement with Ghana. And then we'll get interactive with you.